75 years ago, World War II ended. What were those guys fighting for? My father was one of them. Were they fighting so that we could lose our freedom in 2020? Maybe not. There's a lot of people here today that don't agree with each other. I'd be one that doesn't agree with some. They won't agree with me. Can we unite in one common cause, that being freedom?
Yes.
And you see, I didn't come here representing a party. I came here to start one. It's called Free New Zealand, and there's a lot of things to free New Zealand from. Communism, cuddly communism is what we have at the moment. But we also have crony capitalism. We got a lot of isms. A lot of isms that we've got to deal with. And when I look around at all the diverse, that's the word, isn't it? All the diversity here today, and yet we're not allowed to express any diversity of thought. Diversity of thought is being banned as we speak by these people. My placeholder word is people, but while under the cover of a virus, they are passing laws defining speech they don't like as hate speech. That's what hate speech is, speech they hate.
Yeah. Need to pop that
now,
bubble.
can we unite against that? Can we set aside our relatively petty differences? When you think about it, we're all bloody 99.999 something the same, really, when it comes down to it. When our freedom is threatened, then we can unite, to use that lovely word that they use from their union, with the lovely yellow and white stripes. A story needs to be told about the wolf in sheep's clothing. 1984 started in 1884, I don't know if you know, but I'd like to tell that story. The Fabian Society, which has made common bond with the gangsters and the banksters to basically overthrow Western civilization, named after a Roman general called Fabius Maximus, who was all about sort of incremental change. Yes, Sean, freedom and democracy, yes, that's right. Yes, so since 1884 they've been planning what is happening now. By a series of incremental steps, we have the loss of freedom, the death of freedom by 1,000 cuts, via the oppressors and oppressed. I'm one of the oppressors, by the way. And apparently, tell that to my bank manager, but well, he won't talk to me. He has no need to. But they've set us one against the other. That's the whole idea. To pit us race against race, gender against gender, proclivity against proclivity. What are the other ones, Michael? Help me. Religion against religion and against non-religion.
Divide and conquer.
Divide and concrete. Oh, conquer, yes, that's it.
Divide and rule.
I haven't got any words to stick to, so you'll tell me when to stop at some point. But, you know, I've had this idea for 10 years. It must be good because it's been turned down by a whole slew of politicians who then went and did their own thing. But how about we had a free New Zealand party, and maybe we have a ritual where there's a little girl called Freeman. It's got free in it twice, you see. And man, if that becomes an issue for someone, or she might have a little brother called Jeffrey. But the idea is every policy, instead of us being arrogant and thinking that we know something, and the older I get and the more YouTube videos I watch, the more I realise how little I know. Just when I think I'm knowing something, another one comes up. That's the point. We have a debating system for humility. That's the success of our culture, is humility, because, you know, once the Enlightenment came, we were allowed to think for ourselves. Well, maybe we keep doing it, and maybe we accept that maybe something that I know might not be quite right. Maybe we put it into the into the debating grid system, point by point and side by side, and argue everything, but don't swear at each other and don't mock. How about we do that as grown-ups? How about we're the grown-ups and they are the children, the bully children?
Yeah.
That, I think, is quite a nice division. That's my idea of division. Grown-ups versus bully children. And they get away with it until we do something. And I'm suggesting we do that. And every policy you ask the question, how will this policy affect Frida? At whatever stage of her life it's for. Might even be a superannuation policy. I've got to stop. I'm getting people wanting to cut my throat. All right. So anyway, that's the guts of it. The idea of a fair party that's based on 4 pillars: honesty, freedom, fairness, and excellence. How about that?
Yeah.
Kia ora, kia ora.